thinking about yesterday. So when you will be tomorrow will be determined by the things you think about when? Today. So our vision, like you have heard, is transforming Africa one mind at a time. The word transform means across form, from one form to another. From the egg to the caterpillar, to the pupa, to the butterfly. Unfortunately, what a lot of people call transformation, they're just dancing around as eggs. Sitting egg, standing egg, turning egg, honey, you are still an egg. So one mind at a time. Now, you know, I call this gown meeting town. Academic gown meeting the town. Now, most of us were trained to view the world from an academic perspective. And that academic perspective is not sustainable in the real world. How many professors of business administration have started successful businesses? With due respect to the professors of business administration. Isn't it? No matter what your field, the difference between the super successful and the ordinary lies in their entrepreneurial skill. What's the difference between a successful lawyer and a struggling lawyer? Entrepreneurial skill. What's the difference between a successful accountant and a struggling accountant? Now, I call it academic education versus colloquial education. Colloquial means street. Okay? What's the difference between the two? Academic is rigid. Colloquial is flexible. So when you see academics, they just stay on one spot. You understand what I'm saying? But colloquial education is flexible. Academic relies on textbook definitions. I was working with one of my favorite companies, and I asked them, I said, do you know what I did? And people came with all sorts of academic explanations of what I could have done. Went back to the drawing board. All those things are academic. What did I do? I cried. So let's look at some business owner attributes. Number one, business owners have to be proactive. They do not need motivational speakers. They self-started. Listen, I have never been invited to a gathering of CEOs to come and motivate them. Are you hearing me? That a collection of CEOs motivate. No, you better motivate yourself. All right? If you are still waiting for someone to motivate you, you need to learn how to motivate yourself and be a self-starter. And I have learned how to do that. Look, do you think it's every time I wake up at 2 o'clock that I want to get up? Sometimes I want to stay in bed. But I've learned how to motivate myself. One of the ways I motivate myself, I close my eyes and I think school fees. Then I jump up immediately. Business owners, you take responsibility. You are responsible. Your income is directly proportional to effort. That's the mindset you must have. You know, this is so crucial because, all right, last week I was outside the country. I had to come back in, got in at about 3 o'clock in the morning, went home, changed, and I had to get out of the house immediately to go for training. Why did I go? Because the employee can sit at home and say somebody else will do it, isn't it? Hey, okay. Business owner, you have to to understand that there is an income, there's everything that is directly proportional to what you are doing. You understand what I'm saying? Very, very crucial. And then you must be a relationship builder. Because your network, so tell me your network. You know, there are some prayers we pray because we don't have some phone numbers. That's the truth. All right? You must consciously listen. There are more people. Since last time you saw me, I have more people that I know today than I did then. I've established networks and relationships with more people. Networking is not something that happens passively, when you're accidentally meeting people. It is something that must be done consciously. And these are some of the things we need to have. Forest thinking is one of my personal dear philosophies. And I ask myself the question, can a tree make a forest? Because everybody tells me a forest cannot make a tree. But then, it depends. If you have this kind of trees, then maybe not. But if you have this kind of trees, then it changes the equation, doesn't it? So what is forest thinking? History is a record of... anything about that. I mean, when you hear, like we talked last month, when you hear the word toothpaste, most people think Colgate. You hear the word mobile phone, people think what, Nokia or whatever. You know you need to define yourself. I made up my mind that in my lifetime and after me, when they hear the word transformation, they will think of Wale. Is somebody here? Every night, let me tell you, I'm telling you, I have been without and I have been with, and trust me, it's better to be with. It's better to go to bed. You know, it is so good when you go to bed and you know, my goodness, I'm 1 million shillings richer today than I was yesterday. That is a good feeling, trust me.